gonna marry you.
We almost broke up. We're still like in love. One day. Oh, okay, wow. So it's like I'm like coming up next.
Hey, our first Christmas ever. Our first Christmas. Yes.
3, 2, 1.
So it was my first time visiting Canada ever in my life.
And it was my first time spending Christmas with a girlfriend, introducing you to my family. So I remember leaving Kona. You were leaving Kona to then go to Korea, and I was going to Canada to then come back to Kona to finish up my staffing. Anyways, so I think it was a very nervous feeling that you were feeling, I know.
I was so nervous.
Of course. Yeah, we spent our Christmas there. You got to kind of experience how my family did Christmas, which I think you really enjoyed.
And his family were so welcoming, which is my in-laws now. Very funny, very fun. That was really good experience, like good introduction of his family for the first time.
Yeah, and I think through that time and you spending time with my family and yeah, being very loving to them as well, I think I was able to realize like, yeah, this is someone that I could and I would really like to marry one day. And I think it was, yeah, through that trip that like I really discovered that. Yeah, because I knew how much my friends loved you. And I think it was like that last, seeing how my family would love you, that I was like, okay, I feel like people are validating what I'm already feeling.
Wow.
It was also, I think, good Christmas, but there was that looming shadow of long distance that was coming in a few days.
Because I needed to go back to Korea to finish up my university. I had 1 year left till my graduation. Yeah, so I've never done long distance. He has never done it either. And like everyone was telling us that how hard long distance is. And it's not something like Busan to Seoul kind of distance. It was like Hawaii to Korea. Time difference and like everything was so scary. I remember it was the day before or either 2 days before I was leaving Canada and we were talking in a cafe kind of planning and trying to like be hopeful about our like relationship, and it was really like it still remains as a kind of like darker memory for me.
Anyone who's going through long distance right now, it sucked. We totally understand.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
Of
like
course,
there are so many strengths that we have gained through that time. So I left Canada. It was really sad. He took me to the airport.
This is the hardest day of my life. I'm gonna miss you so much. I love you so much.
Yeah, but it was also exciting to see my family after almost a year and a half. But also it was crazy because after a week or something, I had to do like my practicum for my degree. So it was very crazy, like everything like coming into my face, like, and also like personally, I was going through panic disorder at that time, a lot of anxieties.
And just kind of reintegrating yourself back into Korean lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's so different than Hawaiian lifestyle.
So different. I think that's why I struggle with panic disorder. But that was still good, like going back to school. And I was also doing a lot of like English teaching work, working at a hagwon, like academies, and like doing a lot of tutorings to save up so that I can go visit him or like he would come visit me and stuff. And then finally, in spring, Brendan came visit me in Korea.
Yes. Yeah, we had an awesome time in the spring in Korea. I mean, I had never been to Korea in the spring.
Yeah.
And I had also never met your parents before.
I know. How did you feel before you met them?
I think very nervous, obviously. Not only was I meeting them, but like I was gonna be living with you guys, but your parents were like the most loving, most caring. I feel like they had accepted me almost like before I even came. It felt like, yeah, I had some really special times with them, special time meeting your friends.
And it was cherry blossom season, so like it's your first time experiencing like cherry blossom festivity season.
Yeah, it was a really fun trip, and
it was.
After a week and a half, I had to go back to Kona for another 3 months. Did long distance for a bit.
Yeah, we have decided for me to come visit him again in Vancouver Island for like a month for the summer. And then what did you do with your family?
I did a Disney trip with them, but it was kind of around that time where we almost broke up.
Why?
I'm still like in love. I think I was not loving you well at all. I was not prioritizing you. I think I was more focused on all the things that were kind of like coming up, and so our relationship was not good during that period.
Yeah, so I thought I was like gonna lose you. I remember when you were in Disney, I was like bawling out, crying, and telling you that I think we should break up.
Yeah, but I think as we kind of talked about it more and I apologized and we were able to kind of work through that, but it was really hard. I mean, it was obviously really hard for you, especially with knowing the fact that you were coming to visit.
Yeah, that was very anxious for me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, do I still come or do I not? But yeah, we end up like decided to like just, okay, let's give it a chance again. I still loved him so much. So yeah, I still went to come visit him. For me, that was the biggest turning point for our relationship because that's the first time I realized that I'm gonna marry you.
Wow.
So my birthday is July 19th. And I think I arrived Canada very close to my birthday. We went to like Victoria trip and then I was like in the car, like he was driving and I was just sitting in the car listening to music, very chill. But in that moment, I realized that Brendan is my home. Because coming from Hawaii, spending time in Korea, I felt very lost. When I was in Hawaii, I felt like, oh, my home is Korea. I would feel like home when I go to my parents' house, like living in Korea. But when I got there, I felt very like lost. I also struggled a lot with my mental health at that time. So I was like, oh, maybe Korea is not my like home. And then I was with Brendan in Canada driving in the car and I felt like I feel really comfortable. I feel like he's my home. This is where I'm supposed to be. Maybe Brendan is a little piece of home that God gave me for this like earth.
Yeah, and I think after that you went back to Korea.
Yeah, I think that's when we start talking about getting married.
After that, in November of that year, I visited Korea again, this time with a plan and a mission to ask the woman of my dreams to be her husband. Which is a really fun story too. I was planning an engagement, planning a proposal, I guess, while I hadn't really known too many places in Korea.
Yeah.
I think that was very difficult, but also like had some your friends that were helping me, which was so amazing. And figured great place to do it was Hanul Park.
하늘공원.
Yeah, 하늘공원.
아니 한국에 오기 전부터 we were FaceTiming and then he was keep saying like I need to go to 하늘공원 with you. I want to go to 하늘공원. And like it's somewhere that we have never talked about. I've never been there properly. And I was like, okay, maybe. I don't know.
But yeah, we decided to go there one day and we went to the park and we're kind of walking around and the whole time like I had my tripod because I wanted to be able to take a photo.
Huge one.
Yeah, big tripod so that we could take a photo. And the whole time I was trying to find the perfect place to do it while also thinking about what I'm gonna say and also hanging out with you. And I think I was probably not the most present with you.
No, I was like talking with him, telling stories and like trying to have conversation and he would be like, and like not like answering properly or give a right reaction. So I was like, there must be something going on in his mind.
But anyways, I remember walking up and it was really beautiful. Like the sun was kind of setting and it did feel like a perfect moment. Found this little space where we were kind of by ourselves and started like filming and kind of got down on one knee and asked you if you would be my wife. I kind of forget everything I said because I think I was so like nervous, but I don't know, what was your experience like?
I think I remember posing and like picture and stuff.
Yes.
And you were really weird. You were so And I remember seeing the ring be like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like, obviously, it's the easiest yes for me to be engaged with him, to promise to be married with him, but also like the second like biggest surprise was like, how beautiful the ring was.
Yes.
And then the crazy thing is the day after we had photography scheduled, it was not gonna be engagement photo shoot, but it became engagement photo.
It's not something that's too common. I don't think it's common actually at all in North America. Wearing kind of like, you would wear like the white dress, kind of similar to a wedding dress, and I would wear like a suit, and these pictures are kind of meant to be sent out with invitations. It's almost like announcing like we're getting married.
Yeah, we end up using like a lot of those photos for invitation letters, wedding website, and everything. So it was amazing. And then we end up deciding to do like 2 different weddings in 2 different countries.
I feel like there was such a process with that.
Yeah, with even deciding that like, oh, should we do it in Hawaii where we met, or should we do it just in Korea or just in Canada? But we both felt like we don't want to regret at all. We want to have everyone of our families and friends to be included in this like journey, and so that's why we decided to do 2 different weddings. It was really like tough. Prepping everything, obviously physically and mentally, like wedding prep is like a lot of work, even if you just have 1 wedding. But like 2 different weddings was a lot of work, but I don't have any regrets.
Yeah, when we got through all that like prepping, and we did a lot of like DIYing for the wedding, and so I agree, it was a lot of work. We call it kind of like the craziest summer of our lives. Within 2 months, we had 1 wedding, your parents' trip in Canada, and then my parents' trip in Korea, and then ended with 2nd wedding.
And honeymoon.
Yes.
That was crazy. Yeah, obviously after getting engaged, like our journey of wedding prepping starts.
Either of us not being together planning a wedding, it is difficult.
It is so difficult.
And especially the Canadian wedding was first, and not having you here in Canada planning it, where I was having to do most of like the going and seeing things, or where I would have preferred to do it together.
Yeah, of
and
course.
make those decisions.
Especially me being a very specific artistic like person. Yeah. Anyways, all that to say, it was amazing. And on July 6th was our Canadian wedding. We did it at his uncle's backyard.
Yeah.
Really beautiful. So thankful for them.
Yeah.
A lot of DIYing. Like we even made our own bouquet. Like our friends made a bouquet for us, and then we decorated everything all hands-on. Like Maddie and like your mom really helped a lot of things with decorations, and
we are just super thankful for like everyone that like helped out that day. What was maybe your expectations of the Canadian wedding, and how was it like different?
Well, my expectation was like seeing from movies, like About Time, like doing ceremony and reception being so long and very like intentional time. It really like happened the way that I expected, except everything went by so fast. I was really excited for like slow dancing with you and a romantic time, but that never happened. And then after that little wedding season, like 3 weeks in Canada, we came back to Korea, start living with my parents in their house, and then also like prepping for the 2nd wedding
in Korea.
Korean wedding. It was like obviously way less preparation, because if you reserve a venue, that means like you have buffet and flowers, all decorations. So we didn't really have to do anything like crazy with preparation.
I think that was obviously a big difference from our Canadian wedding.
Yeah, the wedding, how it went, like we will share the story in the future, but it was just
quick and efficient.
Yeah, but very good. Very thankful for everyone who came.
One memory, I think I remember just being told that the wedding was starting. Like, oh, okay, we're starting. And then as I like walk into the room, I see your mom and my mom walking towards, and I'm like, oh, okay, wow. So it's like I'm like coming up next. was so quick.
Very
Yeah.
different experience.
Very different.
But I remember seeing all my high school friends that I haven't seen them forever. All my like mom's friends that I used to call emo, and they come for the wedding, and like it was so beautiful. Like it's such a good experience. And the day after, we went to Bali for our honeymoon for another 10 days.
And that was like the final conclusion, I feel like, to our wedding season.
Oh, it's really very relaxing, so beautiful. Obviously, Bali is one of the best places to spend your honeymoon in. So
after that, after our honeymoon, we came back to Korea for a few months, spent time living with Hide's parents as we were kind of preparing to move to Canada. And that was, I think, some of the most like special moments for me personally. Just getting to know your family, getting to know both your dad and your mom, and them getting to know me as well, and us. We got so much amazing advice from them, so much amazing like just teaching and wisdom that we got to get from them. And so yeah, I was super thankful for that time. It's so sad to leave. Like that was one of the worst days.
Like my mom still would say like they got to know him better as a son, not just like my daughter's husband, but like as a son, they really got to love him. And second of all, my mom always say that like through that time, they were able to kind of like adjust and blend our culture very well. You know, when you hear like, oh, we spent like first couple of months of our marriage in my parents' house, it sounds kind of weird. Like, why would you do that? But like through that time, we really got to learn how to communicate better. That was really good.
Yeah. It was so special. Looking back now, I'm like, it was so impactful, I think, for our marriage today. Yeah,
and then it was really hard to leave, and we haven't seen my parents ever since then, which was 2024, November 27th. And then we came to Canada.
Yes.
And then this is our life now.
And now we're here. I'm doing electrical. We're waiting on the permanent residents to come out. Through this time, we've gotten closer. We've gotten to work through so many things together.
Now I couldn't even imagine life without him. And we're very thankful for hearing us, our journey and our love story. So thankful.
Yeah, I hope it encourages people in long distance or in an international relationship. Marriage is the best thing that you could ever receive and work for. So yeah, very thankful, and hope you enjoy.
Have a good day. Bye.